the Galactic Elder Council station floated in silence near a dying star. The star was old. Its light was weak and unstable, slowly collapsing into itself. Long ago, it had been placed here on purpose. The elders believed important decisions should be made near things that were ending. The station was ancient beyond memory. Its halls were carved with symbols of wars that no one alive remembered. Its walls carried the marks of civilizations that had risen, ruled, and vanished. Every stone was older than most worlds. Inside the central chamber, thousands of alien leaders gathered. They came from across the galaxy. Empire rulers sat on floating thrones of gold and bone. Hive minds spoke through silent avatars. Machine intelligences glowed with cold blue light. Creatures older than most stars watched with slow, patient eyes. These beings had ruled the galaxy for millions of years. They had crushed rebellions. They had erased species. They had never been defeated. And tonight, they were bored. At the center of the chamber, a massive hologram activated. It stretched from floor to ceiling, glowing white against the darkness. One word appeared. Shh, humanity. For a moment, there was silence. Then the chamber filled with laughter. Some laughed loudly. Some clicked their jaws in amusement. Some shared silent signals of mockery. Humans, the youngest species allowed into recorded galactic history, reports appeared beside the word. Images of Earth rotated slowly. A small blue planet, fragile, crowded. Alien analysts spoke one by one. Humans are divided, one voice said. They fight each other more than their enemies, said another. They are emotional, a machine intelligence calculated. Weak in space warfare, an Empire admiral added. Scenes played across the hologram. Human wars, human protests, human cities burning because of human choices. One powerful alien lord leaned forward. His armor was made from the remains of conquered worlds. His voice was calm and cruel. They cannot even rule one planet in peace, he said. Laughter returned, louder than before. The council agreed. Humanity was loud, messy, unstable, dangerous perhaps, but only to themselves. The discussion moved quickly. This topic was supposed to be routine, a formality. Then something changed. A deep tone echoed through the chamber. The laughter stopped. Every being turned toward the highest platform. The oldest elder had moved. He was not large. He was not bright. He did not wear armor or symbols of power. He simply existed. This being had watched stars be born. He had seen galaxies collide. He had outlived civilizations whose names were no longer spoken. He had not spoken in centuries. When he did, the chamber became silent. His voice was slow, dry, heavy. Never provoke humanity. That was all. No explanation followed. No data appeared. No threat was spoken. Just those 3 words. Fear passed through the chamber like a cold wind. Some leaders shifted uncomfortably. Some machines paused their calculations. Some hive minds hesitated for the first time in their existence. The elders' eyes were not angry. They were afraid. A junior archivist activated ancient records at once. Old data streams appeared. Forgotten wars. Lost civilizations. Patterns began to form. Every species that pushed humans too far later vanished. Not defeated. Not conquered. Erased. Human responses were strange. They retreated when logic said they should attack. They stayed silent when insulted. They accepted losses without protest. Then, years later, those who harmed them disappeared. No grand battles. No warnings. No survivors. Humanity did not win wars. They ended threats. The chamber felt uneasy. But unease did not last long. An empire ruler stood and spoke with confidence. These records are incomplete, he said. Coincidence does not equal danger. A machine intelligence agreed. Correlation does not prove causation. Another leader laughed. The elder fears ghosts of the past. Eyes turned back toward the oldest elder. He did not argue. He did not raise his voice. He said nothing more. That silence made some leaders nervous, but arrogance was stronger than fear. The council resumed its discussion. They spoke of borders, of influence, of control. Human space was growing too fast. Human technology was adapting too quickly. Not powerful yet, but unpredictable. A vote was called. The decision was cold and logical. Humanity would be pressured and controlled. Trade routes would be restricted, colonies would be watched. Their expansion would be limited, not war, just guidance, just pressure, just enough to remind them of their place. The vote passed easily. The oldest elder closed his eyes. The warning had been given. The galaxy chose not to listen. As the hologram faded, the dying star outside the station pulsed once, then dimmed further. No one noticed. The council adjourned. Confident, certain, unaware, far away, beyond known space, something old and patient continued to wait, and humanity remained silent. The decision of the Galactic Elder Council spread quietly across the galaxy. No grand announcement was made. No declaration of war was spoken. To the galaxy, it was not aggression, it was management. Human trade lanes were marked for inspection. Human colonies near shared borders were labeled unstable. Alien patrol fleets were ordered to increase presence near human space. Official records called it precaution. Unofficial orders said something else. Push them, one Empire admiral said. See how they react. The first incident happened far from Earth. A human mining colony orbited a red dwarf star. It was small, civilian, poorly defended. An alien patrol arrived and demanded access to the station's data cores. When the humans refused, the patrol claimed a sensor failure. Shots were fired. The station broke apart in minutes. Over 200,000 humans died. The alien report described it as an accident. The galaxy waited. They expected outrage, threats, emergency transmissions. Nothing came. No message from Earth. No protest to the Council. No movement of fleets. Human space remained silent. Alien leaders laughed. They are afraid, one ruler said. They know their weakness, another agreed. More incidents followed. A human supply convoy vanished near a neutral zone. A border colony lost its atmosphere after a navigation error. A medical station was destroyed during a routine scan. Millions died. Each time the galaxy waited. Each time humanity did nothing. No retaliation. No speeches. No warnings. Some observers noticed strange details. Human evacuation ships always left early. Critical data was removed before attacks. Human military vessels were never present. It was as if humans already knew where violence would happen. The oldest elder watched these reports in silence. His fear grew. He had seen this before, long ago, in a different age. A junior council analyst approached him privately. "Why are they not responding?" the analyst asked. The elder answered slowly. "Because they are counting," he said. "Counting what?" "How much they must lose," the elder replied, "before acting." The analyst did not understand. Most did not. Inside human space, something was changing. Civilian traffic slowed. Communication networks went dark. Entire systems went quiet. Alien scouts reported empty stations and abandoned worlds. "They are collapsing," an Empire ruler declared proudly. "They are running," another said. The council allowed itself to relax. The pressure campaign was working. Then a fleet vanished. An alien patrol group failed to report after entering a supposedly empty human system. Search ships found nothing. No debris. No energy traces. No bodies. Just silence. A machine intelligence calculated the odds. Statistical anomaly, it concluded. Soon after, another fleet disappeared. Then another. Always near old human territory. Always without warning. Survivors began to speak. A single damaged ship returned from deep space. Its hull was burned. Its crew was broken. The captain spoke before dying. "We never saw them," he whispered. "There was no battle." The report disturbed some council members, but arrogance remained strong. "These are isolated losses," an admiral said. "Human traps," another suggested. "Desperation tactics." The oldest elder stood once more. Few noticed. He looked tired. "Humans do not fight to win," he said quietly. "They fight to finish." No one asked what that meant. Pressure continued. The galaxy pushed deeper. Human core systems were marked next. Then something unexpected happened. Human space vanished. Star maps updated themselves automatically. Entire regions once filled with human activity now appeared empty. Sensors detected no power, no signals, no life. Humanity seemed gone. Celebration spread. The council declared the operation successful. "The humans have broken," a ruler announced. "They were never a true threat." The oldest elder closed his eyes. He remembered another species long ago. They had vanished the same way, quietly, without resistance, before returning as something else. Deep within forgotten human territory, enormous structures activated. Not ships, not weapons, archives, vaults. Machines built not for war but preparation. Humanity had not fled, they had withdrawn. They were removing themselves from the galaxy's reach. Human leaders met in silence, no shouting, no debate, only calculation. They studied loss reports, they counted deaths, they analyzed patterns. One human commander spoke calmly. They chose control, another nodded. They ignored the warning signs. A final decision was made. Humanity would not respond with anger, they would respond with certainty. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, alarms began to sound. Not loud, not urgent, just wrong. Star systems near the outer rim lost light, one by one. No explosions, no superweapons. Stars simply collapsed. Energy vanished. The galaxy stared in confusion. The oldest elder whispered to no one. They have finished counting. Far away, human silence finally ended, and the galaxy had no idea what it had awakened. The galaxy did not panic at first. Galaxies never panic quickly. They are too large, too confident, too slow to believe they can bleed. When the first stars went dark, officials blamed natural failure. Old systems collapsed all the time. It was nothing new. But then a second system lost light. Then a third. Each one had something in common. They had once belonged to humanity. No explosions were detected. No enemy fleets were seen. No energy spikes appeared. The stars simply stopped. Energy vanished like breath in cold air. Trade routes failed. Navigation maps rewrote themselves. Long-range sensors returned empty space where stars should have been. Alien scientists argued. Unknown stellar decay, dark matter reaction, measurement error. The explanations grew weaker. Then the first civilian world starved. Its supply routes had passed through a dark system. Without warning, everything failed. Food ships never arrived. Power grids shut down. Atmospheres thinned. Millions died without ever seeing an enemy. The galaxy finally noticed. Emergency councils formed. Old alliances reactivated. War fleets were ordered to high alert. Still, no one blamed humanity. Humans were gone. Maps showed empty territory. No signals answered. No life detected. How can a dead species strike us? Leaders asked. The oldest elder did not speak. He only watched. Military patrols were sent into the dark zones. None returned. Not destroyed. Not damaged. Gone. Communication logs ended mid-sentence. Navigation data ended in static. A single probe sent ahead of a fleet recorded something strange. Not weapons. Not ships. Movement. Space itself folded for a moment, then smoothed again. The probe vanished. Fear crept into places where arrogance once lived. A war council demanded answers from the oldest elder. He finally spoke. Humanity has not attacked you, he said. They have removed you. The room fell silent. Removed us from what? An admiral demanded. From relevance, the elder replied. Ancient records were unlocked. Events once ignored now returned with clarity. Every vanished species shared one trait. They had pressured humanity, controlled them, cornered them. Humans never fought them directly. They erased the environment that supported them. Supply lines, stars, infrastructure. No battle, no enemy, just absence. A machine intelligence ran a calculation. If this pattern continues, it said, civilization collapse probability exceeds 97%. Panic followed, but panic came too late. Human space lit up again, not with fleets, with signals. Short, simple, calm. Humanity had returned. Every message was the same. You were warned. The galaxy demanded negotiations. No reply came. Instead, a demonstration occurred. A heavily fortified empire world sat behind layers of defense. It was ancient, untouchable. Humanity did not send ships. The star at the center of that system dimmed. Slowly, carefully, controlled. The planet froze within days. Its oceans turned to ice. Its cities went dark. Its population died without ever seeing the cause. The galaxy screamed. This was not war. This was removal. Human technology did not overpower defenses, it ignored them. The oldest elder lowered his head. They learned long ago, he said, that enemies can rebuild, environments cannot. Humanity had changed. Once, they fought to survive. Now, they fought to prevent future threats. Entire regions were isolated. Jump gates failed. Communications died. Civilization starved in silence. Human ships finally appeared. They were not elegant. They were heavy, scarred, built for endurance. They did not form battle lines. They monitored, observed, adjusted. A captured alien commander was brought before a human council. He shouted. He begged. He raged. The human leader listened calmly. You should have stopped, the commander screamed. The human replied softly. You should have listened. The commander was released. His world was not destroyed. Its military was erased. Its weapons disabled. Its leaders removed. Humanity did not seek revenge. They sought correction. Back in the Elder Council chamber, the galaxy fell apart. Empires collapsed under starvation. Alliances broke. Rulers fled. The council that once laughed now whispered prayers. The oldest elder recorded a final message. We feared humanity not for their strength, he said, but for their patience. Humanity did not celebrate. They did not boast. They simply continued. One system at a time. One threat at a time. The galaxy finally understood. Human silence was not weakness. It was planning. And planning had ended. The storm had begun. The galaxy waited for a declaration of war. It never came. No grand speech, no demand for surrender, no threat broadcast across the stars. Humanity did not announce anything. They simply continued. Another system went dark. This time, it was not a former human world. It was a major alliance hub, a place filled with trade, defense fleets, and ancient stations. Sensors showed no weapons fired. The star dimmed just enough. Power grids failed first. Then navigation systems, then life support. Ships drifted helplessly. Rescue fleets rushed in. They arrived too late. Millions were already dead. The galaxy finally understood something important. Humanity was not attacking randomly. They were selecting targets. Carefully. Precisely. Only systems that supported military control. Only worlds that produced weapons. Only stations that enforced pressure on others. Civilian worlds far away were untouched. Fear turned into confusion. Why not destroy everything? Alien leaders asked. The oldest elder answered quietly. Because this is not hate, he said. This is prevention. Human ships appeared near a surviving council world. For the first time, alien fleets formed battle lines. Weapons charged. Shields activated. Ancient superweapons prepared. Human ships did not respond. They did not raise shields. They did not target anything. They just waited. An alien admiral gave the order to fire. Every weapon failed. Targeting systems lost lock. Energy weapons bent away. Missiles vanished mid-flight. Human ships adjusted slightly. Space around them shifted, like water around a stone. The alien fleet collapsed in panic. Not destroyed. Disabled. Engines dead. Weapons silent. Communications gone. Human boarding teams arrived. Not soldiers in shining armor. Engineers. Technicians. Silent figures in plain suits. They moved through ships calmly. They shut down systems. They removed command cores. They ignored terrified crews. No executions. No speeches. Just removal. A captured alien captain demanded answers. Why are you doing this? He asked. A human officer replied simply. You forced us to calculate. That answer spread across the galaxy. Humanity began to speak, but not loudly. Short messages appeared on surviving networks. We warned you, you continued. We adapted. Old human history was shared, not propaganda, records, footage of Earth wars, human defeats, human retreats, human losses. Then came the data the galaxy had never seen. Human simulations, thousands of them. Scenarios where humanity lost worlds. Scenarios where humanity was pushed back. Scenarios where humanity survived by changing the rules. The galaxy saw the truth. Humans had never focused on winning battles. They focused on ending cycles. A meeting was forced between the remaining elders and humanity. The chamber was empty now. Many seats were dark. The oldest elder spoke first. You warned us, he said. The human representative nodded. We did. Why did you not fight us directly? An alien ruler asked. The human paused. Because you would rebuild, he said, and we would have to fight again. Silence followed. Humanity showed them something else, a map of deep space, far beyond known galaxy borders. Threats, ancient machines, endless swarms, things older than thought. This is what we were preparing for, the human said. The galaxy realized the truth too late. Humanity had been training, not against them, against extinction-level enemies. The pressure campaign had forced humanity to stop hiding, to finish preparations early. That made them dangerous. Not angry, prepared. Humanity offered terms, not surrender, not peace, rules, no forced control, no pressure campaigns, no silent wars. Those who agreed were spared. Those who refused lost something important: stars, resources, time. The oldest elder bowed his head. We mistook patience for weakness, he said. Humanity did not respond. They did not need to. Across the galaxy, rulers fell, not to armies, to consequences. Systems collapsed that depended on exploitation. Empires shrank. Control faded. Humanity did not take power. They removed instability, and then they stopped. Human ships pulled back. Dark systems remained dark, but no new ones fell. The galaxy breathed again, slowly, fearfully. Humanity sent one final message. This ends now. Do not repeat the mistake. The message echoed through empty halls and broken councils. The oldest elder closed the record. They did not destroy us, he said. They corrected us, but correction still hurt, and many would never forget the cost. The galaxy did not fall in one great explosion. It fell quietly, slowly, system by system. After humanity stopped its actions, many believed the danger had passed. Fleets stood down, councils relaxed. Leaders told their people that the crisis was over. They were wrong. The damage had already been done. Trade routes that once fed entire empires no longer existed. Stars that powered industries were gone forever. Supply worlds had frozen or starved in silence. No enemy ships remained. But survival became harder every year. Empires that had ruled for millions of years began to break apart. Not because of war, because of hunger. Civil unrest spread across ancient worlds. Citizens asked questions their rulers could not answer. Why did our power fail? Why did the stars abandon us? Who caused this? Leaders blamed each other. Old alliances shattered. Some worlds turned on their neighbors, fighting over what little remained. Others begged humanity for help. Humanity did not answer. Not out of cruelty, out of caution. The oldest elder watched it all from the near-empty council chamber. Thousands of seats were dark now. Some species were extinct. Some had fallen into isolation. Some had returned to primitive survival. The elder reviewed old recordings. The moment he had spoken. Never provoke humanity. He remembered the laughter. He remembered the confidence. And he remembered the vote. A younger alien representative approached him. Why didn't they finish us? The representative asked. The elder looked tired. Because humanity did not want rulers, he said. They wanted balance. Across the galaxy, stories spread. Survivors spoke of human encounters. They were always the same. Human ships arrived silently. Human crews spoke calmly. Human actions were exact. No cruelty, no pleasure, no rage, just decisions. A broken empire world sent a final message to humanity. We surrender, it said. The reply came days later. You're not our enemy, humanity answered. Your system was. The meaning was clear. Humanity punished structures, not species. Those who relied on control lost everything. Those who lived independently survived. The galaxy began to change. New councils formed, smaller, more careful. Rules were rewritten. No forced expansion, no silent pressure, no control through fear. Humanity did not demand this. Fear did. The oldest elder made one final journey. He traveled to a human-held system. No weapons followed him. No guards stood beside him. He was received by humans not as a ruler, but as a witness. They showed him their losses. Destroyed colonies, frozen worlds, graveyards drifting in space. These were the costs we accepted, a human said, so others would never threaten us again. The elder bowed his head. You were right to warn us, he said. A human replied quietly, "We were right to warn you." The elder asked one final question. "What happens now?" The human looked toward the stars. "Now," he said, "we prepare again." "For us?" the elder asked. "No," the human answered. "For what comes next." The galaxy was no longer the center of everything. Humanity revealed fragments of what they had been preparing for. Signals from beyond known space. Movements in dark regions. Things that erased civilizations without warning. "You forced us to finish early," the human said. "That saved time." The elder understood. Humanity had not destroyed the galaxy. They had reshaped it by necessity. When the elder returned to the council chamber, he recorded a final message. "Not for leaders, for history. We believed power meant control," he said. "Humanity showed us power means restraint." He paused. "We were warned, we laughed, and the galaxy paid." The council officially dissolved that day, not by force, by irrelevance. Centuries passed. New civilizations rose slowly. They studied the past carefully. One lesson appeared in every archive, every school, every council hall. A simple sentence: never provoke humanity. Not because they were cruel, but because they were patient. And patience, once exhausted, changed everything. The galaxy survived, but it was no longer arrogant. And that may have been humanity's greatest victory. Time passed. Not years, centuries. The galaxy slowly healed, but it never forgot. Where great empires once ruled, smaller civilizations now lived carefully. No one expanded too fast. No one ruled through fear. No one pressured their neighbors in silence. The old ways had nearly ended everything. New councils formed, but they were different. No single ruler sat above the others. No species claimed dominance. Decisions were slow, careful, and always questioned. Above every council chamber, one rule was carved into stone, metal, or light. Never provoke humanity, not as a threat, as a warning. Humanity did not rule the galaxy. They did not control trade routes. They did not demand tribute. They did not demand tribute. They did not place fleets above alien worlds. In fact, humanity mostly stayed quiet. Their space was stable. Their borders were clear. Their signals were calm and rare. That silence still frightened some, because everyone remembered what silence had once meant. A young alien historian studied old records inside a rebuilt archive station. The station floated where the Galactic Elder Council once stood, near the same dying star. The star was still there, still fading, still watching. The historian replayed the final recording of the oldest elder. "We were warned," the elder said in the recording. "We ignored it, and the galaxy paid the price." The historian paused the playback. He looked around the empty hall. Thousands of seats had once been filled here. Now only a few were used, and even those were spaced far apart. The historian asked his mentor, "Why didn't humanity take control after everything?" The mentor thought for a long moment. "Because control creates enemies," she said, and humans had already decided they were done fighting enemies. Human records were now shared openly, not propaganda, truth. Human history was full of loss. Wars they barely survived. Extinctions they avoided by luck. Mistakes that nearly destroyed their own world. Humanity had learned something early. Winning battles did not mean survival. Ending threats did. The galaxy finally understood why humans had retreated so often in the past. They were not weak. They were learning. They were adapting. They were waiting until action would matter forever. Far beyond the galaxy, human observers watched dark regions of space. Things moved there. Old things. Dangerous things. The threats humanity had been preparing for long before the galaxy ever noticed them. One human commander reviewed reports quietly. "The galaxy is stable," an officer said. "For now," the commander replied. Humanity continued to prepare, not to rule, to protect themselves. And, indirectly, everyone else. Years later, a minor alien faction debated testing humanity again. Resources were scarce, borders were tight, desperation whispered old ideas. One leader suggested pressure, another suggested limited control. Before any decision was made, an ancient advisor spoke. He was not old like the elders once were, but he was wise enough. "Remember the silence," he said. "Remember the stars that went dark. Remember the systems that never came back." The debate ended immediately. No vote was needed. Humanity was left alone, as they preferred, The dying star near the old council station dimmed further. One day, it finally collapsed. No one was there to see it, but its last light reflected off the carved warning inside the archive. Never provoke humanity. Never mistake patience for weakness. Never ignore a warning given in fear. The galaxy had learned, not through destruction, but through survival. Humanity never celebrated their actions. They never told stories of victory. They simply continued forward, quiet, watchful, prepared. And in that quiet preparation, the galaxy found peace, not because humanity ruled, but because humanity was understood. And that understanding came at a terrible cost, one that would never be forgotten. Humanity did not conquer the galaxy. They only proved that silence, when ignored, can end worlds.